Hi guys, Joanna here, and today I will be talking about Beast Mode Middle Eastern perfumes. This video is actually requested by one of you guys, so yeah, finally I'm doing it. And basically this video is for you if you are the type of person whose goal is to be smelled from the outer space. Okay, kidding aside, this is for you if you are the type of person who prefers to be smelled first before being seen. All the perfumes that I'm gonna talk about today are tried and tested when it comes to projection. Basically, they just don't last for a very long time, but they also have strong projection. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting one. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Starting off from the brand of Orientica, and this is called Amber Rouge. If you are not yet familiar with Amber Rouge, this is basically a dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540. And to me, this is a spot-on dupe of the extra version because of the potency of this fragrance. If you are still not familiar with the scent of Baccarat Rouge 540, it is a very strong amber and saffron combo that changed the perfume game, I think, in the past 6 years. It actually became very famous because of its intoxicating trail. And Amber Rouge is basically the same when it comes to performance. This will definitely leave an intoxicating trail. This is something that you will definitely need to scrub off after use. Otherwise, it will just stay on your clothes. So yeah, once again, Amber Rouge, if you are a fan of Baccarat Rouge 540 and you are looking for an alternative that is basically just the same with a beautiful bottle, okay? Amber Rouge by Orientica. And I find this fragrance unisex. Next up is from Orientica once again, and this is called Oud Saffron. And this one is a spot-on dupe of Lancome's Oud Bouquet. And if you're not yet familiar with Oud Bouquet, it is another saffron dominant fragrance with an added patchouli, oud, and rose. This fragrance is so beautiful. I used to have Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian, and I used to hype that fragrance a lot. However, I decluttered it because I find Shaghaf Oud and Oud Saffron extremely similar, and I just decided to keep Oud Saffron because I just find the bottle prettier. And when it comes to the juice, this is also very strong and very potent. If you love rose, praline, oud, and patchouli, you will definitely love Oud Saffron. I consider this DNA as a starter for a good Middle Eastern scent. Yeah, once again, Oud Saffron by Orientica. It is definitely a unisex fragrance, and I highly recommend it if you love a very Middle Eastern style of rose, oud, patchouli, and praline combo. Next up is Velvet Gold by Orientica. Oh, by the way, I'll be featuring a lot of Orientica perfumes in today's video. However, this is not a sponsored video, okay? I managed to get all these Orientica perfumes way back then when I was still starting my channel. I will say probably one of the first PR perfumes that I received from a brand. They fit in today's category. These perfumes are definitely beast mode, and if you have owned any of these Orientica bottles, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Anyway, going back to Velvet Gold, this perfume is for you if you love Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Gentle Fluidity Gold. If you are not yet familiar with the scent of Gentle Fluidity Gold, basically it is a rose, vanilla, caramel with hints of coffee kind of scent that is so remarkable as well. It is actually one of my favorite scents from my San Francisco Tichon's creations. And basically Velvet Gold is the closest dupe that I've ever tried of Gentle Fluidity Gold. And what can I say? It is amazing. This is a powdered rose and vanilla with sweetness coming from the caramel, a touch of earthiness from patchouli and musk that I actually really love. This is a kind of fragrance that I will wear as a signature scent, definitely of high quality. It is one of the 10 out of 10 Middle Eastern perfumes that I have raved over and over in my channel. What else can I say? Beautiful bottle, amazing longevity and projection, definitely worth your money in my opinion. Once again, this is Velvet Gold, and I highly recommend it if the sound of powdery rose, vanilla, caramel, and musk appeals to you. This fragrance is unisex, by the way. Next up is Royal Amber by Orientica once again. And guys, this is basically a fruit cocktail and musk bomb of a scent. If you still don't know, this is a dupe of Xerjoff's Herba Pura. And basically, if you have this, you don't really need Herba Pura by Xerjoff because they are that identical. I highly recommend this if you are into fruity and musky scents in general. I will say that I'm not really a fan of this perfume. However, my husband loves it. So yeah, basically that's why it has a little bit of dent, because it's him who is using this fragrance. And I'm telling you, every time he uses this fragrance, I can literally smell him from afar. And what I mean by afar is that every time he sprays this on the first floor of our house, I can smell him from the attic. Yes, that's how powerful this fragrance is. Highly recommend it, of course, if you love Herba Pura as well by Xerjoff, okay? I find Royal Amber a unisex scent. Next up, okay, last but not the least, by Orientica. And now this is something that I bought myself long time ago when I didn't have yet a YouTube channel. And this is Arte Bellisimo Romantique, and this is basically a spot-on dupe of Delina, the OG version. And what can I say? This is pretty much spot on. Rose, peony, rhubarb, vanilla, musk concoction that is very, or shall I say extremely, mass appealing. I've used this fragrance several times, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of Delina, I basically wear this because it is just liked by so many. It's a kind of perfume that will definitely give you compliments, because not only it smells very feminine and sophisticated, but it also leaves an intoxicating trail everywhere you go. I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried all of the Delina dupes out there just because I feel like I don't need more Delina dupes, because I have at least like 3 or 4 in my collection. But among those 4 that I have, I find Arte Bellissimo Romantique the most projecting one. And I truly recommend this fragrance if you are looking for a Beast Mode Delina dupe that won't break the bank. Yeah, once again, that is Arte Bellissimo Romantique, and this will be the last from Orientica. Okay, and yeah, as mentioned, this is not a sponsored video by Orientica. However, I mentioned them all because they really deserve to be here. They all have very good quality and definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. And I highly recommend them only if you are a big fan of the OG or if you've tried already their original versions, because these perfumes are potent. And if you didn't like their original versions, most likely you won't like them either. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And also, Arte Bellisimo Romantique is definitely feminine leaning. All right, next up is from Khadlaj, and this is Cashmere Sunshine Musk. Wow, what can I say? This fragrance is definitely a bomb of a scent. This is for someone who is into musk, particularly the musk that you mainly find in Middle Eastern perfumes, because this is definitely heavy on that. And what kind of musk am I talking about? It is a musk that is a little bit sweet and sharp. Cashmere Sunshine Musk also has a very prominent jasmine and orange blossom with a little bit of saltiness coming from the salt note. So if that sounds appealing to you, then I highly recommend you Cashmere Sunshine Musk. I know a lot of people are comparing this to Paco Rabanne's Olympia. They are not spot on dupe because of the heavy musk that is in Cashmere Sunshine Musk. I find Olympia more on the vanilla, jasmine, and the saltiness. And when it comes to Cashmere Sunshine Musk, this is all about heavy musk and cashmere with the orange blossom, jasmine, and salt in the background. I think you will love this if you're the type who is into that Arabian musk that I'm talking about. Anyway, this fragrance is definitely a beast mode when it comes to performance, and I highly recommend it if you are a heavy musk and cashmere lover. I find this fragrance feminine leaning, by the way. Once again, Cashmere Sunshine Musk by Khadlaj. Next up is called Faris by My Perfumes, and I think My Perfumes is under Arabiyat perfume brand, and I have reviewed this in my channel before, and you guys, I think this is the best when it comes to projection. Out of the 11 or 10 Arabiyat perfumes that I tried, this is definitely strong. And this, it reminds me of Alien by Mugler with a side touch of Paco Rabanne's Invictus because of that marine notes that it has. It also has a very prominent jasmine, of course, very reminiscent of Alien by Mugler, along with orange blossom, geranium, and plum. However, this one has like an underlying aquatic notes, giving this fragrance a strong unisex vibe. I think you're gonna love this if you love Alien and you love the idea of an added marine notes in it and plum. I find this fragrance very unisex. However, to me, it's slightly leaning more masculine, but I will wear this fragrance. And yeah, what can I say? Amazing projection, and you don't need to overspray this fragrance, just like the rest of the fragrance that I'm talking about today. Yeah, once again, that is Faris by My Perfumes Arabiyat collection. Next up is Teriaq by Lattafa. And what can I say? This is a very sophisticated yet strong scent. This to me smells like dried apricot drizzled with caramel and honey. I have featured this fragrance multiple times in my channel because I really enjoy this scent. As a matter of fact, I consider this as one of Lattafa's best because of its originality. And yeah, having said that, no, it is not a dupe of Jean Paul Gaultier's Label, okay? Anyway, this fragrance is sweet and it has that almost unnoticeable sourness coming from the rhubarb. However, it is hiding in the background. So to me, it kind of cuts off the sweetness coming from the goopy caramel and honey that are in here. This also has that powdery rose. So it has a lot of complexity because it is floral, it is powdery, and it's also sweet. This though has a potent and powdery musk. So having said that, it has that very prominent Middle Eastern musk. I think you will love this if you are into powdery roses, thick caramel and honey scents. To me, the standout notes are apricot, rose, honey, and caramel. I highly recommend this if you love sweet scents with complexity, I'll say. Once again, that is Teriaq, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. One of Lattafa's best, in my opinion. Next up is, surprise, surprise, Shaghaf Oud Tonka. Of course, I won't forget to include this in today's video because this is basically an almond and tonka bomb. If you watch my channel, you know that I wasn't really a big fan of this fragrance in the beginning because I think I oversprayed and I literally choked myself and my husband out. So having said that, you don't need to overspray this fragrance, otherwise it can be a little bit offensive, I think. But if you love extremely sweet almond and tonka, vanilla in your fragrances, then Shaghaf Oud Tonka is your scent. This is a beast mode performer. So you definitely need to love the notes that I mentioned in order to appreciate Shaghaf Oud Tonka. It is very sweet as well, so you must be into sweet kind of scents. Apparently, this is very similar to BBK Velvet Tonka. However, I just find Oud Tonka sweeter and Velvet Tonka as rounder, and I feel like that one has more depth, whereas Shaghaf Oud Tonka is more of the sweetness of the almond. So highly recommend this if you are sweet almond and tonka lover. I find this fragrance feminine leaning because of the sweetness, and definitely a beast mode performer, Shaghaf Oud Tonka by Swiss Arabian. And last but not the least is one of my newest discovery, and this is Azzure Aoud by French Avenue. And basically this is your fruity oud leather combo that is just addictive to me, of course. If you still don't know, this is a dupe of Maison Crivelli's Oud Maracuja. I've mentioned it before and I'm gonna mention it again. They are extremely similar, however, they are not like one-to-one because I find Azzure Aoud fruitier in the dry down. So having said that, Oud Maracuja is more complex, it has more depth, while Azzure Aoud is fruitier. And what I mean by fruitier is passion fruit. So if you love passion fruit in your fragrances, you have to try Azzure Aoud, okay? If you love the scent profile of Oud Maracuja or like Ombre Nomade, you have to check out Azzure Aoud. Even though this fragrance has a strong saffron, oud, and leather combo, it is not screechy at all. And in my opinion, it is not overpowering as well because of that fruitiness coming from the passion fruit. So it seems like the potency of the strong notes were kind of like dialed down because of the sourness coming from the passion fruit. And yeah, I just love it. The other day, I let my husband try it as well. And guys, I'm telling you, the house basically smelled like Azzure Aoud. I can smell Azzure Aoud in every corner of our house from 2 days ago until now. The other day, I wore his jacket. All I could smell was Azzure Aoud as well, even though I was wearing a different perfume. Yeah, this is definitely a Beast Mode performer, and I highly recommend it if you love fruits, oud, leather, amber, and saffron in your fragrances. This is definitely a cold weather scent as well. I find this fragrance unisex, however, leaning slightly more masculine, but I will wear this fragrance. Yeah, once again, Azzure Aoud by French Avenue. Alright, so that is the video for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. These are tried and tested Beast Mode Middle Eastern perfumes that I have in my collection. And what else can I say? I highly recommend you checking out their OGs first if they are dupes before committing a full bottle, because they are really, really strong when it comes to performance. And by the way, I've been testing out a lot of new Middle Eastern perfumes lately from Dubai collection, and I will be reviewing them soon. So if you love Middle Eastern perfumes, you definitely need to check out my next videos, because I discovered a lot of new Middle Eastern perfume bombs, okay? So yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and see you on my next one. Bye!